Hello learners, welcome back to my channel Shraddha's Physics. In this part we will discuss on electric moments and electric quadrupole moment of the nucleus. So let us begin our topic, that is electric moment and electric quadrupole moment. In general, the nucleus is considered to be spherically in shape. Since it is spherical in shape, we can say the center of mass and the center of charge, it will coincide. Since the center of mass and the center of charge, they will coincide, that implies the dipole moment of the nucleus is 0. But it is found that the nuclei do not have electric dipole moment, but it possesses electric quadrupole moment because it will deviate its shape from the spherical to the prolet spheroid or oblate spheroid. I will tell you what is prolet spheroid or oblate spheroid. So because of the deviation from the spherical shape, it will possesses the electric dipole moment. Okay, because of the deviation from the spherical symmetry, it will possesses the electric quadrupole moment. The electric quadrupole moment, it measures the departure of the nucleus from the spherical symmetry, because the quadrupole moment is 0 for the spherical symmetry. Okay. So classically, if the charge is not concentrated at the origin in a nuclei, then potential at the point P situated outside the nucleus along the z-axis at a distance r from the center of the nucleus due to the charge located at the point A. I will show you. This is the point A, that is your x, y, z, can be calculated as. So here the charge is considered to be not concentrated at the origin in a nuclei. So here if I will consider, this is your origin O and this is somehow the sphere. This is the core part. It is this is your suppose the core part of the sphere. Then here we want to calculate the potential at this point P, which is situated from the origin at a distance r, that is your capital R, and the point A where you have to calculate. At this point A, we are considering that the charge is located here. At this point A, the charge is located here, and this point A, it is at a distance smaller from the origin. So the distance between A and P, if we will consider this to be R0 suppose, so we can calculate the potential equal to potential at this point we want to calculate. Potential will be equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into E divided by this distance. Since the charge is placed at the point A, so we can calculate this will be potential equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into E by R0. Okay. Now from this figure we can calculate this R0 square. This R0 square will be equal to R square, that is capital R square, plus small r square minus 2r cos theta. And if I will take this is r square equal to R0 square will be equal to this much. If I will multiply 1 by 2 in the power, then this will be R0 will be equal to R square plus R square minus 2r cos theta whole power 1 by 2. Okay. This is your the value of R0. Now, if I will take common R, so this will be, if I will take first common R square, so this R square into the power 1 by 2, so that will becomes your R. So this R is taken outside. So here this R is taken outside. So this value will be 1. And here in this part I have divided capital R square term. So this will be R square by R square. This term is your 1 plus. The second term will be small r square divided by capital R square minus this will be the third term will be 2r by r cos theta whole power 1 by 2. Okay. Now if I will take the reciprocal of this, then 1 by R0 will be equal to 1 by capital R whole into this total term power will be minus r. This total term the power will be minus r, that is 1 plus r square by capital R square minus 2r by capital R cos theta whole power minus r. Now if I will apply the binomial expansion, to this term, then this will be this 1 by r term, it will remain as it is. Then this will be 1 minus this half term, this will be minus half will be multiplied here. So this will be 1 minus half, this r square minus r capital R square minus 2r by r cos theta plus the next term will be 3 by 8. This term will be 3 by 8 into 4r square divided by r square into cos square theta. Simply we have substituted the binomial expansion. Now if I will further solve this, this will be 1 by r remain as it is. if this is your 1 by r whole into 1. If I'll multiply this 1 by 2 with this 2r by r cos theta, this 2 get cancelled. This minus minus becomes plus. So this will be small r by capital R into cos theta. The second term will be r by r cos theta. Now the next term will be, here you can see, this is minus 1 by 2 into r square by r square, and here is your 3 by 8 into 4r square by r square cos square theta. This 4 when get cancelled with this 8, this will be 3 by 2. Okay. So taking common r square by capital R square by capital R square into 1 by 2, then this will be 3 into cos square theta, and here this will be minus 1. Since 1 by 2 is already taken common, so this will be minus 1. Okay. Now if I will multiply this 1 by r in this term, then this will be equal to this total bracketed term. This will be 1 by r plus this will be r by r square cos theta plus r square by 2r cube 3 cos square theta minus 1. This is 3 cos square theta minus 1. Okay. Now what will I have to do now? Now I have to simply substitute this 1 by r naught value in the expression v, that is v equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into e by r naught. So in place of 1 by r naught, I have to substitute this value. Now if I substitute this value, this will be e by 4 pi epsilon naught into this term, this total term. And again multiplying this e by 4 pi epsilon naught in the total term, the first term will be e by 4 pi epsilon naught r plus second term will be e by 4 pi epsilon naught into r by r square cos theta, then plus e by 4 pi epsilon naught r square by 2r cube. I will tell you this 2 is taken common, so this will be 3 by 2 cos square theta minus this will be 1 by 2. This 1 by 2 term is multiplied here. In this total bracketed term, this 1 by 2 is multiplied here. So this will be simply e by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square by r cube, and this will be 3 by 2 cos square theta minus 1 by 2. Okay, and plus so on. And here the important thing is, when this e is being multiplied with this r, that is the charge into the length. This e represents your charge and r represents the length. Then it will give the electric dipole moment. And when this e will get multiplied with this r square means length into length, that is your area. When the charge is being multiplied with the area, it will give electric quadrupole moment. Okay. So the coefficient, and again I will tell, I have already written in the last portion. So this area here, it is in the form of barn. So 1 barn equal to 10 power minus 28 meters square. I have already written it in the last part. So the coefficient the coefficient of 1 by r, just a minute. The coefficient of 1 by r here is e by 4 pi epsilon naught, and the coefficient of 1 by r square is your e r by 4 pi epsilon naught into cos theta, and the coefficient of 1 by r cube is your e r square divided by 4 pi epsilon naught into 3 by 2 cos square theta minus r. So the coefficients of this 1 by r, 1 by r square, 1 by r cube, they denote the monopole, z component of the dipole, and the quadrupole moments respectively. Okay. So this term represents the dipole moment, this term is for the monopole moment, and this term will represent the quadrupole moment. And again we know in the CGS unit, this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught term present in all this term, that is equal to 1. So in CGS we know 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught equal to 1. So for the monopole moment, if I will consider, then the coefficient of this 1 by r equal to e, because 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught equal to 1. So this is your monopole moment, is your e. And similarly for the dipole moment, this will be e r cos theta. So this will be e r cos theta is your dipole moment. Now for the quadrupole moment, you can see this will be e r square into 3 by 2 cos square theta minus r. So this will be e r square into 3 by 2 cos square theta minus r. This is the quadrupole moment. Now you look at this diagram. In this figure, this angle is your theta. It means that in a spherical nucleus, suppose if I will consider in a spherical nucleus, suppose this is the point A where the charge is located. So now if I will draw a perpendicular on the z-axis, if I will draw a perpendicular on the z-axis from this point A, so in this right angle triangle, I can write cos theta will be equal to this distance is suppose, this distance only is suppose z. Okay. And this is your r is given. Now this cos theta will be equal to b by h. So b is nothing but your z divided by r. So now if I will substitute this value in this expression, you can see if I will substitute the value cos theta equal to z by r, then this will be e r square, that is the quadrupole moment q, that is equal to e r square into 3 by 2 into this cos square theta is your z square by r square minus 1 by 2. Okay. So now if I will take common again the 1 by 2, this will be e by 2 whole into this r square get cancelled. So this will be 3z square minus, again for the second term I will multiply this r square here. So this will be 3z square minus r square. So this is the quadrupole moment, that is q equal to q equal to e by 2 whole into 3z square minus r square. Okay. So this shows that the nucleus will have finite quadrupole moment only when the protons are asymmetrically placed about the origin of the nucleus. Because we know in a Cartesian coordinate system, this is suppose x, y and z axis, this is suppose x axis, this one is your y axis, and this is suppose z axis, and this is the point A where the charge is located. Now if I will draw a perpendicular on the x axis, that is your xz plane, and if I will draw a perpendicular to the z axis, and again if I will draw a perpendicular to the y axis, so we can calculate the coordinates, or simply I can write these are your coordinates, that is x, y and z, and this distance is suppose r from the origin. So I can write this r will be equal to, this r can be written as r square will be equal to x square plus y square plus z square. If I will consider the charges, that is the proton, because inside the nucleus only the charge carriers are the protons, because the neutron carries no charge. So if I consider the spherical symmetric charge distribution inside the nucleus, that is the protons are distributed symmetrically inside the nucleus, then in that case I can consider this s square will be equal to y square, that is equal to z square, because it is spherically symmetrically distributed. So now we can write this will be equal to x square plus s square plus s square, that is equal to suppose 3x square. You may write 3x square or it may be 3y square, and it is also equal to 3z square. So now I can write this x square will be equal to r square by 3. If I will divide this 3 here, so this will be x square equal to r square by 3. So now here you can see I can write for the spherical symmetric charge distribution, this s square will be equal to y square, that is equal to z square, and equal to r square by 3. Now if I will substitute this value, that is in place of z square I can substitute r square by 3. So now I can write this q will be equal to e by 2 into 3 z square. So in place of z square I will write r square by 3, and here it is minus r square. So this 3 get cancelled, r square minus r square, this will be equal to 0. So it means that for the symmetrical charge distribution, the quadrupole moment will be equal to 0. The nucleus has non-zero, or we can say that the finite quadrupole moment if there are at least one or more proton in addition to the symmetrical distribution. Okay. And if a nucleus is uniformly charged ellipsoid of the revolution whose diameter is supposed to be along the symmetric axis, this one is your symmetric axis, this diameter is to be, because this one is your b, so this is your b, the radius. So the total diameter will be 2b along the symmetric axis, and 2a at the right angle to the axis, this will be your 2a, this is your a and a, so this will becomes 2a. So the quadrupole moment in this case can be written as q equal to 2 by 5 Ze into b square minus a square, where Ze represents the total nuclear charge. And here you can see for the spherical symmetry, that is the spherical nucleus, this is your spherical inset, this is your 2b diameter, and here this is the symmetric axis. Okay, and the perpendicular to the symmetric axis, this diameter is A. And here the quadrupole moment we have calculated Q equal to 0. And for the prolet spheroid means it is just stretched along the symmetric axis. So you can see these are the stretching along the symmetric axis. It is stretched along the symmetric axis. Okay. So this is here in this case Q will be equal to positive. And in case of the oblate spheroid, this is stretched along the axis that is perpendicular to the symmetric axis. So this is stretched along this 2a diameter. Okay, just like this. And in this case the quadrupole moment will be negative. So in case of prolet spheroid, Q equal to positive, and in case of the oblate spheroid, Q is negative, and for the spherical shape this Q will be equal to 0. So you can see here when Q equal to 0, that is when A equal to B, that is the spherically symmetric charge distribution. Spherically symmetric charge distribution. When Q equal to positive, that is B will be greater than A. B means your symmetric axis. So that is it is traced along the symmetric axis. So the shape of the nucleus it will be prolet spheroid. And Q equal to negative when B will be less than A. B means always remember B will be your symmetric axis radius. Okay. So the shape of the nucleus here will be oblate spheroid. So what is the conclusion? The Q, that is the electric quadrupole moment, it is a measure of the distortion of the spherical shape in terms of the deformation, which is measured by the difference between the spherical shape and the prolet or oblate shape of the nucleus in terms of the area, with units as 1 barn equal to 10 power minus 28 meter square. Okay, so that is the, we can say that the deviation from the spherical shape is called as the electric quadrupole moment. And in case of the prolet shape, the Q will be equal to positive, and in case of the oblate spheroid, so this Q will be equal to negative. Okay, and for the spherical symmetry also this Q equal to 0. That is the quadrupole moment, electric quadrupole moment. So this is all about your electric moments and electric quadrupole moments. If you have any doubt, can ask me in the comment section. Thank you.